Somebody come get 'em. They're too old for TikTok.
Hello and welcome to Two Olds for TikTok. This is episode 253 and we have a lot of good TikTok content coming your way. I'm recording hungover for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
Because I just was telling Catalina that I only had 2 martinis and a vodka soda.
And I had to, okay, let's back up. First of all, it's the morning. I feel like we should clarify that.
It's the morning after I drank.
Dina went out last night with a friend of the pod, member of the Tertulia, Sam. And she just says to me, I'm so hungover, I don't know why. I only had 2 martinis and a Tito's vodka. And I said,
Tito's vodka, Tito's soda.
Dina, if you, I guess I did just kind of run down the ingredients of a martini to you, but I just did Google to confirm. How many shots of vodka and or gin are in a martini?
2.
Minimum. It's 2 to 3.
Yeah, this is probably a heavy pour.
So that would be, you might have had in your 2 martinis 6 shots of vodka.
Oh, Lord. And then a Tito's soda.
Of course you're hungover.
Yeah, it was over a few hours, though. And we got a special burger.
Where?
We went to Le Bay. Also, Ashley, friend of the pod, was there. You mentioned Sam.
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
yeah.
You know what? They had their Spanish class.
They had their Spanish class. I met them after, so it was late. I got to put Lila to sleep, and then I went back out. We had dinner at 8:30. I was up until like 1:30 because I came home and I was TikToking away. Just watching TikToks drunk. That used to be my favorite activity, and It was grand until I woke up at 4:30 in the morning feeling like shit.
And that, my friend, is the age we are at the moment.
Indeed it is.
Yeah. I remember in grad school going out on a weekend. I probably didn't even go out. I probably was just hanging out with my roommates at the house. And I remember being in a class being so hungover and being like, I'm too old for this shit. And that was 10 years ago. So,
and now we're even older. That's
I
how
pity you.
works.
But I'm really glad that at your big age in the year 2026, you just learned how many shots are in a martini. And
yeah,
you know
I knew it was more, but I didn't realize it could be up to 3. That's so many.
It's literally drinking a cup of liquor. And that is why if you ever have a 3 martini night, you should stop. Like, you should not be doing that.
Yeah, you're right. 1 martini. Okay, well, 2 martinis, we know, does me in. It was the top off, though.
Sure. I just,
soda.
There's a lot of, extenuating circumstances in this, just, for the future.
Word to the wise.
You probably won't incorporate this information in the future, but it's good to know the next day.
Okay, let's get into it. What's been going on in the world is this Alex versus Alex fight.
Dina's just looking at me with the deadest eyes of all time because of how little we are both interested in this, compounded with her hangover.
Yes, yeah, Catalina, take it away.
Okay, well, so we have a friend who messaged us the other day being like, oh my God, are you going to talk about this? And I was like, only if they do something interesting.
Yeah,
so
I agree. They've both not really said much.
And frankly, in the world of TikTok drama, it's boring. It's very typical.
So boring.
So I would say that the big drama is that so first of all, let's back up. Alex Earl is known for popping off years ago for being a lifestyle beauty influencer who was at University of Miami and had this sort of like lavish aspirational lifestyle for a lot of girls. So she gained a huge following and built that following into this brand that still is very much centered on TikTok. Alex, what's her last name?
Cooper.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Alex Cooper got her start with the podcast Call Her Daddy, which she did with another girl named Sophie or Sophia, who I also follow. I follow her podcast as well. There was some drama with the two of them. They are acquired by Barstool Sports or something. See, I'm doing a horrible job at this.
Okay, I actually know. They were
okay.
acquired by Barstool, yes, and then there was a falling out, and Alex Cooper kept the podcast, and the other girl was, I don't know if she was pushed out. There's probably two various stories, but anyway.
Right. So there's
then
drama.
Alex Cooper's podcast blew up, and she started her own podcast network called Unwell
Media, which also Sam of yesterday has an Unwell Media sweatshirt, which is very humorous to me. So Alex Cooper was going to give Alex Earl, they were entangled for a moment with Unwell Media, where Alex Earl was going to have a podcast, and then behind the scenes something fell apart. And so there's always been this question out there in the discourse of what really went down, when frankly a lot of this is probably just really boring business and brand shit.
That's what I was going to say. It's just business gone south, and their relationship went south because of deals and things. I saw a TikToker explain it too, that there was some political aspect to it, because when Alex Cooper had Kamala Harris on the podcast, Alex Earl is famously very like Republican. Alex Earl is
not openly Republican, but Alex
Earl
is
is
associated with very Republican people. Yes.
Yeah, and the dad allegedly went to Alex Cooper's husband or fiance, I don't know if they're married, who runs the Unwell Network, and was talking about how that didn't go with his beliefs, and they got into a fight, and it may have gotten physical. All this is allegedly. Yes, that was a TikTok I saw of someone explaining this. He said he had his sources. But anyway, yeah, which one of them responded. I think Alex Cooper said something. Alex Earl keeps saying she's going to say something and then hasn't yet. So it's very boring.
It's all very boring, and it's all very like, I'm going to fight you, but I'm not. And then, like, just wait until I say something.
Right.
It's like,
it has
okay.
people waiting for no reason.
It's all to stir up, they're going to capitalize on this moment. It's going to end up, Alex Earl's going to go on Alex Cooper's podcast. We all know where this ends.
Oh, actually, I didn't know that.
It's going to happen eventually.
Okay.
And they're going to, like, clear the air. And then everyone's going to be like, oh, my God. So whatever. I'm bored. We've already talked about this for too long. If you enjoy this, that's great. I think if you're invested in either of these people's brands or like platforms, then yes, you care. But there's just so much other drama on TikTok, such as Tracy's wedding.
Yes. Before we get to Tracy's wedding, the one thing that relates to our podcast with the Alex drama, Dave Portnoy has been very involved because he knows both these women.
Owner of Barstool Sports.
And Danielle sent me a screenshot of one of the videos. He said, if you're too old for TikTok, I'm going to break it down. So, he's using our podcast name.
Wow, Dave.
Yeah. Okay. Now we can move on to Tracy's wedding. This has been on my For You page this week. It's kind of reminding me of last week, like the Westbury Marriott pours, because it's just this community has like rallied around a certain event. I started by getting a video where a bride was throwing a bouquet and people topple over. So that's very much like my FYP. I love that humor. I laughed. And then the comments, I went to the comments, as you must on every TikTok video that you like. And it was saying, oh my God, like, why are we still at Tracy's wedding? I can't believe this. And so I knew I had to go to Tracy's page to see more videos. I watched some other videos of the wedding, and I didn't want to be there. It made me feel uncomfortable. It was a wedding that was there was music, but it felt silent. There wasn't a lot of people. It was very awkward. I just felt intrusive watching this.
Who posted the video of the wedding?
Tracy.
Okay.
Yeah, she was posting herself.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And it was her wedding. Her handle is Tracy MT101. Then, so I just swipe away. I say, I'm not interested. Then I got a video by Zach Peter who explains this so well.
Okay, how did I end up at this little girl's wedding? I don't know how I keep... My whole For You page is this girl's wedding with her mom, and her mom is dancing. And then you have the man in the dress. He's officiating, and then they're doing the cha-cha real smooth. And then the mom tries to catch the bouquet, and she falls, and she's drowned. how does this keep coming up in my timeline? How does this keep coming up in my For You page? Like, how I did not RSVP to this wedding, but I am held hostage at this wedding. And it has been days. I have been at this wedding for days now. I don't know how I'm caught up in Tracy Girl's drama with her mama. And we have so much mama drama. And I'm like, I'm not even invested in this, but also like, why am I still watching? And like, why are there 500 videos of this wedding on TikTok? It's like the wedding is longer than the videos on TikTok are longer than I'm sure the wedding even was. How did this end up hijacking my For You page? That's what I want to know. And how do I get out? Like, this feels like purgatory. SOS, somebody please call me an Uber so I can get out of this wedding alive. It's not even an open bar.
Couldn't agree more. And then, of course, it's coming up on my For You page, and Tracy is explaining this drama of why she kicked her mom out of her own wedding.
I asked my mom to leave my wedding early, and here's why. So after that dramatic fall at the bouquet toss, which, mind you, she was fine, then my second mom said that she's going to take my mom home. Instead, my mom just went to go change her shoes, pretty much refusing to leave. She comes back, storms in the venue, comes to me and my wedding party, asks, "Where's the cake?" We all said it's behind the wall. Then she goes to the dessert section. She's like, "Where is it?" And my entire wedding party said, "Behind the wall." And then she screams at them saying something like, "I'm legally blind, you know I can't see, blah, blah, blah."
She's capitalizing on this, Tracy is. So, you know what? In a way, good for her.
But then there's one creator in particular whose face you'll recognize. I wish I knew his name off the top of my head, who posts these intentionally incendiary videos that are like, I'm a teacher and I think this, or like, I work in this. And he's always impersonating some sort of type of person and stirring up like the comment section to get people to be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you do that." It's a good lesson in media literacy, just realizing who this person is or like clicking in. There's also a girl who does it who's just like, she's always lying and it's on purpose. And
acting.
It's acting, but people don't realize it's acting. I'm not saying that Tracy is acting. I'm just saying that there is so much fake drama already on TikTok that I always, whenever there's something like this, I'm kind of like, was this intentional in order to stir up engagement?
Well, the wedding seems fake. I don't think it was, because it was clearly a wedding, but it just didn't look real. Like, you have to watch these videos. It's uncomfortable.
Did anyone comment about Madison Humphrey, the girl who always does the imitations, on her comments?
Every single comment, not every single one, but all the comments are Madison Humphrey, Madison Humphrey.
Yeah. This is why I'm like, I feel like sometimes people are doing it on purpose in order to capture the attention. I don't know, because I haven't engaged a ton with this.
Well, that is a lot of comments.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I guess one takeaway that I have from this is our interest in drama on TikTok is because it is watching a TV show and you want some sort of controversy or a hook to keep you engaged. And that's why drama does so well on this platform. And so then there's real drama that occurs. And then there's things like Eggs by Toya. Where, sorry, I was going to say Tanya, and I was like, that is not her name. Eggs by Toya, where the whole time everyone's like, is it real? This is too good in such a way. This is too much like a TV show. This is too theatrical.
Yeah.
Is this real? That's sort of what I'm thinking with the Tracy stuff. It's probably real, as you say, but who knows? And I just, and at the end of the day, it's like, what... For this, it's so low stakes being real or fake.
Yes.
But I think it speaks to a bigger situation on the platform that we never know if the stories that we're hearing. And in going back to the Alex Earl thing with the guy being like, telling a whole story and being like, I have my sources. Okay. I'm going to believe you, random man on the internet.
Right.
So.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
What's been on your For You page, Catalina?
I was thinking last night as I was compiling this list, I was complaining a few weeks ago about my FYP being garbage. I feel like this list, I was like, we're back, baby.
We're back.
We're back.
I love that. I love that for you.
A lot of things are visual, but I tried to pick some audios that would really pop. So the first one is visual, a video by Cutest Cat on Earth. And it's a girl who decided to text all of her friends if they like her living room artwork. And it is a framed photo of the United States, the flag of the United States. Yeah. And the comments are so good. So she just posts screenshots of her friends responding. Tell us some of the comments, Tina.
I am unsure if that's the vibe. I fear that would kill the feng shui.
Feng shui. Feng shui.
Sorry. Feng shui.
Oh, yesterday we realized the origin of Dina not being able to pronounce anyone's names. Like the origins, her villain origin story was when I first started dating my husband. She asked me, because she saw his Instagram handle, she said, "Who is I Dave New York?" Which is, I guess it's not funny if you don't know his last name is Devaney.
But I guess when things aren't spaced out,
it's hard.
You know,
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's a skill. Okay, what else does this girl say?
I'm not even replying because I know you're not serious, LMAO. Okay, Sydney Sweeney. I mean, no. Where? Above the couch? It's giving MAGA. Okay, Mrs. America. Who do you think you are? Erica Kirk? Melania?
This was reminding me of when I first studied abroad in Spain. I came back to our dorm room in Gramercy and I put up a giant Spanish flag and a giant Real Madrid flag, which first of all is funny because I don't watch sports. So I had no business putting up a soccer team's flag. Second of all, the Spanish flag / Real Madrid combo is literally like a not even dog whistle. It's just like known that it's kind of like a very conservative leaning facha thing to do. So the fact that I just got home and had like a giant Spanish flag over my bed, that's psychotic. Have you ever made a decor choice that was misinformed?
I don't think I have because I'm not very good at decorating. The picture above my couch that has remained at every apartment was one that I bought in New Orleans, and it is a painting of Bourbon Street.
The street, yes. Okay, so you've never gone patriotic, leading, a little bit ultra-nationalist by accident?
You know, come to think of it, my parents went to Paris, and I must have been in 4th or 5th grade. My grandma babysat us, and they brought back a Paris soccer flag, and it was a huge Paris soccer flag I did have hanging in my childhood bedroom, but I don't think anything was wrong with that. I enjoyed soccer.
Yeah, I think that's probably fine. You just never know the connotations, and the fact is that Real Madrid is subtly the team that is associated with, well, actually there's also Atletico, but there's teams that are associated with more like nationalism.
Yeah.
And then there's because Real Madrid was Francisco Franco's like the dictator's team. And so then that combined with the Spanish flag, deranged. Another decor choice that Ivan and I have that we're not really sure what to do with is, do you know what phrenology is?
No.
So phrenology was a type of scientific racism that was popular in the 19th century that was determining personality traits based on bumps in your skull.
Oh, wow.
And there's a lot of really interesting prints and sculptures that are of a human head divided into quadrants with the different like personality traits. So it's about like moral, intellectual, and emotional traits. We have a phrenology head sculpture because his mother was moving and was giving it away. And the fact is, as an artifact, they're interesting, but they have this like very sad, bad history of eugenics and also people who still believe in it. So we have this phrenology head sculpture in our house, but we don't want to put it out as decor because then if you don't know, you're just like, oh, like cool head sculpture. But if you know, you're like, weird.
So where is it right now?
It's currently in our crawl space in the basement, just in the middle of it. Because we were like maximum creepy. Let's just put it in the middle of the crawl space.
That is really creepy.
Yes, and then we forgot, and some contractors came over, and we were showing them the crawl space, and I was like, oh, so sorry.
So sorry for this head in the middle of the crawl space. Jeez.
Anyway, moving on. Okay, the next one is a video by Ari DeBaby, and I just thought this was a really good sound clip.
Imagine texting me asking me what this mouth do, and I text you back and tell you to come find out, and now you sit on the end of my bed listening to me play the clarinet.
This reminds me of Lizzo. She whips out her flute. Similar energy.
It's also very like when a guy makes you listen to him play guitar.
Yeah. The clarinet's so much funnier, though.
Then we have Latinos in Canada 1, which is this couple who've been making videos about how they've decided they're going to speak to each other only in English to practice, and it's so funny.
Hi.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee?
Yes, please.
Sugar?
Yeah. One, please, one.
Coffee?
Yeah, please, yeah.
What?
One.
You sent this video and I wasn't sure what was going on, but the couple is so cute and they're just laughing at themselves and having so much fun with it. And then I realized, oh, their first language is Spanish and they're trying to speak English to each other, and it's really adorable. I
don't know if you've ever spoken to someone who has a very low level of the language and is not in a desperate way. Like, I have friends in Spain who some of them know English, some of them don't. And sometimes like, as a hee hee ha ha moment, they'll like try to speak to me in English and it will sound like that.
Yeah.
It'll be like, it's just like on a and it's also on a loop where like when I had to teach, when I was after college teaching English, and you're talking to kids and you would go, they learned, hi, how are you? Fine, thank you, and you. And they would only know fine, thank you, and you, all that together. They didn't really understand what each word meant. And so then if you tried to continue the conversation, they would just keep saying like fine, thank you, and you.
It was on a loop.
Like you're like a broken record. Oh, so good. And this is the broken record thing happening, is they just like keep talking about coffee. This would be me trying to speak French. Okay, and then this is an amazing one that I have to admit I was first told about on Reels.
Oh,
but I think it's because, you know how I've curated my Reels to be just like Christian content sometimes.
Oh, yes, this aligns with that.
But this was actually a friend of mine. We just try to send absurd things. But, okay, so this is a podcast. The account is Open Light Media. I now saw Terrence O'Connor, the one who does the culture roundups, posted about this. So I think what's going on is, or I know what's going on is the line "sister" and "you are so good at that," which we're going to hear, is becoming one of these like vocal, it's like becoming like a cultural reference in, it's like a vocal stim in the LGBTQI plus community right now, is the "and sister, you're so good at that." You know, when something like super camp, they had recently the woman who was Honey the Land. Do you know what that one is?
I don't know what Honey the Land is.
It's this woman who was a medium who used to go on talk shows in the 90s, and one interaction she had with someone was telling her that like she knew that there was presence in the house, and the person was like, but my family has lived there, like we know who was on in that house for 100 years back. And she goes, Honey the Land.
The Land.
Okay, so this is this nun's podcast, and we'll just play the clip.
Do you have a favorite game at the moment?
My all-time favorite, this is an outdoor game, but in the summers when we're all home together, is playing Ultimate Frisbee.
Sister, and you are so good at that. I'm a huge Ultimate
Sister
player
Miriam,
myself.
you also are. We just need another.
No, you're so fast. I'm usually on defense. I'm trying to defend against people like you. I can't.
Okay, full disclosure, everyone. Sister Miriam likes to chat when she plays Ultimate Frisbee.
My secret weapon.
I know. I just put it out there.
When you're all in the field and the action's far away, just strike up a conversation with.
It's your secret ploy. I'm on to you.
Sometimes Sometimes when we play Frisbee, there's like 30 sisters on the field.
Yeah, depending on who's home.
Yeah. I'm thinking, they don't really need me right now.
Just you count.
Have a little chat.
Your defense counts.
I've seen other TikTokers talk about this, and the idea that these nuns are playing ultimate Frisbee is so delightful.
Honestly, what a joy, all of them. It's funny because my mom went to Catholic school, and so she has had a very negative experience with nuns because she had very strict nuns and mean nuns. These nuns, what a pleasure. I would be Catholic for these nuns. They seem awesome.
They do. I want to play ultimate Frisbee with them, even though I've never played before.
They're also just like so jovial. They're like, oh, sister. I envy people who seem to have such a positive countenance when it comes to the world, probably because we are so full of like irony and negativity and sarcasm that sometimes it's refreshing. I'm not pro toxic positivity, but sometimes it's refreshing to just be like, oh wow, like you are really not a sour person like I am.
It is. It's refreshing for sure.
Yeah, so really enjoyed that. Sister, and you are so good at that.
Sister, and you are good at that.
Honestly, we should start saying that to you when you drink martinis. Sister, and you are so good at that.
Apparently, I'm not so good at that because I'm unwell.
She'll be fine.
Okay, moving on to media. This is a video that Claudia sent to us.
No, how dare you?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is a video that came across Catalina's For You page. And this creator has been coming across my For You page a lot. I always stop and watch their videos because the history is real interesting. The creator is Guy Branum Comedy.
Did you know that the greatest drag performance you've never seen is a cooking show from 1994 about two old celibate women? In the mid-1990s, cooking television was dead. It was boring. Pathetic people telling you quick dinners that you could make when you got home from work.
This is from the section of my book that I call Putting on the Ritz.
And like British food in the 1990s was even worse. Everyone had gotten tired of all of the brown, tasteless glop from the rationing years. And there was no Jamie Oliver. There was no Nigella Lawson. The world was desolate. And then a producer at the BBC thought, you know, we've got these two women who are just like freelance recipe writers for us. Why don't we give them a show? They should not have given them a show. Both of these women were pathetic failures. Jennifer Patterson had never been good at anything but being a fad hag in the 50s in southern Spain. Her dad had been a British colonial official. She had lived everywhere. She had never had a job. She had never had a home of her own. She just worked random cooking and food and nanny jobs her entire life. Clarissa Dixon Wright had been an attorney who then got disbarred because she was an alcoholic and was illegally practicing without having chambers of her own and had fucked anything that moved, including one man behind the speaker's chair in the British Houses of Parliament. You had two pathetic women who had ruined their lives and were barely holding things together by writing recipes for the BBC. And the BBC said, let's give these women a show. And it was the best goddamn show you've ever seen. They decided to title this show hostily, but not inaccurately, Two Fat Ladies. Because that's what it was. It was just two old fat women who know what food is supposed to taste like. Jennifer Patterson would shove her fingers with blood-red claws of nails into raw meat and stir it around. And I assure you, no, they're perfectly sanitary.
All this squishing probably does your hands a lot of good.
The whole time, they were telling slosh stories about all the men that they had fucked in India, or that one time that Jennifer accidentally cooked testicles in Benghazi. The show ran for 3 seasons, and it had to end because Jennifer died. And you're like, oh, it's tragic that Jennifer died. No. She was 71 years old. She smoked 2 packs a day, and she drank whenever she fucking wanted to.
I need to watch this show, like yesterday.
Oh yeah, this show I must watch for sure.
I feel like I've heard of it
It's like the Mandela effect. Like you think you've heard of it because it just seems like something we should know about.
Well, and this is, so the title card is What the Old Gays Remember. And this is these cultural reference that are in different communities, which is kind of going back to the Honey the Land and Sister, You Are So Good at That, where these references, you're not aware of where they come from. Right. This is also why, I mean, on a very basic level, my friend told me that at work she was told she had to stop using the acronym MFM because it means like man for man. but she
Oh
was
my
using
God.
it in a work context. And so it's really, I think, something nice, and this is sort of about learning on TikTok, is you can learn about life, or like culture, not life. You can learn about, this is a stretch with the MFM, which is more about like seeking partners, but this is about cultural references that perhaps didn't make it into your cultural zeitgeist because of your life and your identity and your context. But I'm mad this didn't make it into my cultural zeitgeist, because this is exactly my interests. Cooking.
Oh, yes. Cooking with two fun ladies.
Camp.
Yeah.
One of them just being like, fuck it. Also, the comment section are so good, because it's just people adding more information about the way these women died, or one of the women died, and just like their attitude about life. It's very opposite from the nuns, that's for sure.
Yes, on polar ends of the spectrum.
But you know what? I could see the nuns and these ladies getting along great.
I could see the nuns getting along with anyone, and also these ladies getting along with anyone.
I feel like I don't want to say that we should be on this show because of the fact that we're two fat ladies, but I feel like personality-wise and spiritually, the sardonic spirit of this show is something that I think you and I could do together.
Which one of us would start smoking like a pack of cigs a day?
Me.
Okay.
Oh, you want to smoke a pack a day?
Maybe. You know what? Maybe that would cure my hangover. Maybe I'm going to get into take up smoking right now.
That actually would make your hangover, I think, so much worse.
I don't know. Should I try it? Should
Definitely not. But I
daring?
think what makes your hangover worse is when you do a bunch of drunk cigarettes, and then the next day you wake up and you're hungover and you have like cigarette mouth.
Ugh. Actually, ew. Now
Sorry,
I
I'm
really
gonna
don't
make you
want a
vomit.
cigarette. Okay. Last but not least, we have a Churchilla Fields report.
It's very visual. I'm sorry, but it's also coming as a PSA and apology that yesterday I committed one of my most recurring crimes that at this point I'm not even going to apologize, because it's just who I am as a person.
It happens to all of us. It really does.
It was just so egregious because I woke up in the morning, I opened our group chat. I think that the fact that our group chat is chatting in addition to 8 people sending videos is why it's particularly hard to catch up on.
Sometimes videos get lost in the shuffle.
This video, however, was perhaps scrolling your screen one time up.
Yeah.
But Sam had sent this video and then I sent it.
Like 10 minutes later.
But it's so good. It is from Imperial War Museums, the account. And it is the visual of a really creepy puppet. And it says, quote, I asked ChatGPT, okay, I asked Douglas, the slightly haunted World War I puppet, and he said it's time to get back in the trench. I think this really struck home because of how many creepy puppets I have at my house.
And then the caption said, Douglas told me he's very excited to be making this TikTok debut.
I love when museums and different attractions do TikTok well.
Yes,
it's
me too.
So fun, and it stirs up interest.
There was a woman who came across my For You page who said, I have run, it was like a library account and some other account. I can't remember which ones they were, but all the comments were like, oh my God, you run that account. Like, you're a genius. Like, these accounts are brilliant. And she has gotten like jobs off of it because it is such a talent to run these accounts well.
You need to have a eye for predicting trends or predicting what people will latch onto and will want to imitate or engage with.
Yeah.
And that's actually a friend of mine who does social media marketing for different companies, was just doing a campaign that she inherited when she got her new job. And she was making all these comments like, it's a stale version of a trend. Like, she was basically explaining why the campaign was dead on arrival. And it was so interesting to me because it really is a skill that you cultivate. And I respect people like the creator behind Imperial War Museums for having the vision.
Exactly. And with that, let's end this episode with a lovely episode. Thank you, Catalina. And we'll be back next week. And thank you, everyone, for listening.
Bye.
Bye.